I have an apology to make. I too have been sucked in by the idea that if you write actually quite meaningless slogans on your thumbnails and press releases, etc., you'll get lots of clicks, bites, and people watching the show. Yep, I'm guilty too. It's 2024. That means 40 years that I've been exploring the world's most remote places in four-wheel drives, in association with the Overland Workshop. Well, let's face it, saying the word bullshit on a thumbnail is going to raise eyebrows. I was not really having a go at other YouTubers at all. A few people mentioned that was I having a go at Ronnie Dahl. While you can argue that Ronnie's tests weren't that fair because one was heavy, big wheels, one was standard, etc., you must remember that we're all amateurs. What I mean by that is that we don't have pockets of money. How could Ronnie, for example, have taken his V8, stripped it down, taken everything off it, put the standard wheels back on, and then do a fair test? It's not reasonable. What we as four-wheel drive enthusiasts are trying to do is we're trying to find out stuff, and while we do it, have fun and demonstrate a passion for our love of four-wheel drives. And at the end of the day, share something with you that you can learn from, because we are learning. It's all so tempting to write these thumbnails that draw in views. But here's the truth, and here's the truth about my channel, my content, and the kind of people that enjoy my content. And I'm probably very similar to most people that create four-wheel drive content. When I build a vehicle, I will get probably of all my views, 50% will watch just the builds. 25% will watch my trips. More about that later. Some amazing trips happening this year. So what is more profitable? Builds are more profitable. But you know what is even more profitable in terms of pure viewer numbers? Car reviews, especially those attached with thumbnails, which in many respects are clickbait. We've all done it, and I've just done it. Even this one, in a way, could be accused of being more clickbait. Clickbait is important. It's like a cover of a magazine. You have bylines and you have by pictures. Harry and Meghan fell down a well. That's going to get people picking up the magazine and buying the magazine. Okay? That's what the business of YouTube is. So think 25% of my viewers, my audience, attracted to that kind of video, and I make fewer than one a month. I probably an entire year make 4 or 5 of them. That's 25% of all my viewers from that number of videos. It's the way it is. Those are the easiest ones to make. I come into my workshop or my studio, I point a camera at myself, it takes me an hour to film and edit it, another half to create a thumbnail and get it out. Cheap, cheerful, and very profitable. Then the builds. The builds are our passion. It's what we love doing, what I love doing, the builds. But what I love doing more than anything else is the last 25%. And I'm about to get on a plane to go to Africa. Those of you who've been following the channel know that we have built a Landcruiser with 500,000 kilometers on it. It was built by Paul Marsh and Hubert Sneeman from Sneeman 4-Wheel Drive in Cape Town. That series is linked in the description. I think we're on episode 24 right now. We've now fitted the bar work, beautiful rear bumper, double wheel carrier, an upgraded exhaust system, and when I arrive this vehicle will be ready for me with the last parts of the interior finished for an expedition that Gwyn and I will be taking. I'll be doing the first part on my own, a solo trip, in the crossing the Kalahari. Then Gwyn meets me in Livingstone in Zambia near the Victoria Falls, and we will be driving to one of my favorite places on the entire planet called South Luangwa National Park. I've spent a lot of time in the African bush. I'm very privileged in that way. There are few game reserves to match South Luangwa. And then on to Lake Malawi. When I was in Lake Malawi in 2015, I went snorkeling. I was traveling. This was my last television series that I produced for South African television. And I actually lost my wedding ring in Lake Malawi, and I've not yet replaced it, and I actually want to replace it. I know where I lost it. I'm going to go diving to see if I can find it. I think there's probably about a 1 in 800 million bazillion chance of me finding it, but you know, you never know. Imagine if I did. I first did this trip in 2015 with my daughter Kate, and Gwyn really missed out. She was very, very involved with her book writing projects at the time and couldn't take time off. No. So I went with Kate, and she acted as my senior camera person, and she was absolutely exceptional at that, and we had an amazing trip. But I always vowed at the time that going to such a beautiful place was kind of a bit of a waste not to go with one's partner. So Gwyn and I will be retracing our 2015 steps, but actually even going even further up northern part of Lake Malawi, and concluding our expedition with the place called Lupala, where we spent our honeymoon surrounded by elephants. That'll all be taking place through April through May 2024. So I'd like to thank those who commented on the clickbait video. Lots and lots of comments. You see, I mean, I got 100,000 views in the first 24 hours. None of my videos does that. Only salacious clickbait can possibly do that. And a special thank you, of course, to my Patreons. You guys make it possible. Particularly trips. I know you love the trips, and they're special to me too, is because at the end of the day, I do almost all of the other stuff as part of my business. It's my business. But the trips, it's more than business. It is what I absolutely love doing. So, I will see you on the tracks in Africa in April, May. Thanks for watching.